Doctors say House Majority Whip Steve Scalise is still in critical condition and will require more operations after being shot on Wednesday. But his surgeon says he has improved. Last night, his congressional colleagues paid tribute to him at their annual charity baseball game. On a warm Thursday night, baseball fans crowded the stands to witness a rare moment of bipartisanship on the field. The Congressional game at Nationals Park in Washington pit Democrats and Republicans against each other. But this night was about so much more than the box score. President Trump taped a video message for the players and fans calling for unity.
You are showing the world that we will not be intimidated by threats, acts of violence, or assaults on our democracy. The game will go on.
And leaders from both parties calling for less heated rhetoric.
We have our political arguments, but at the end of the day, we're all Americans. And I think everybody needs to remember that because we're all in this thing together.
We have a responsibility to try to find common ground. If we can't, we stand our ground.
On Wednesday morning, a gunman attacked the Republican practice field, shooting 5 people, including Majority Whip Steve Scalise, who is a pro-life Catholic. Perhaps the highlight of the night, when Capitol Police Officer David Bailey, who helped thwart the attack, threw out the first pitch. In a city known for bruising partisan battles, at least for one night, there was really just one team on the field. In the end, the Democrats won in an 11-2 blowout, but Representative Scalise is the real winner. The Democrats gave the trophy to the Republicans so they could put it in Scalise's office. More than $1 million was raised for charity at the game. Capitol Hill correspondent Jason Calvi joins us now. Jason, what's next for lawmakers?
Wyatt, next week, Congress will get back to work on some pretty thorny issues like health care reform and the Russian probe. But last night's baseball game gave them the chance to combat the toxic climate here at the Capitol. One of the most touching images for me, seeing the players joining together in prayer by House Chaplain Father Pat Conroy. But the question is, will this bipartisan unity last? The co-chair of the Civility Caucus, Missouri Democrat Emanuel Cleaver, tells me it will take a lot of work.
Since the shooting, members have been extremely cordial to each other, but I've seen this play before, and it will continue. We'll continue to do that. It'll be cyclical, you know. Bad incident, good behavior, and then we drift back into the old ways. And I think the reason that happens is that we're dealing only with surface change. And surface change will never become permanent.
Representative Cleaver suggests having congressmen of both parties and their families go on retreat together. He says they should draft a list of things they promise not to do. The shooting has also raised a slew of questions about protecting members of Congress and their staffs. Only congressional leaders like Steve Scalise have security with them at all times. And Wyatt, adding to the worries, a number of lawmakers have received death threats in recent months.
Jason, what is being done to keep the lawmakers safe?
Well, we're seeing a number of proposals, including having local police guard public events for the lawmakers back home. We're also seeing calls to increase the budget so they can have more security for lawmakers. And we're also seeing one Republican at least say he's going to take his security into his own hands, literally, by carrying a gun back home.
Correspondent Jason Calvi reporting from Capitol Hill. Thanks, Jason. A deacon at Representative Scalise's home parish in Louisiana spoke to us earlier today about the overwhelming support the church and the House Majority Whip have received since the shooting.
It really kind of blew me away just how much the parish community at St. Catherine's, felt the need to come together and pray for their fellow parishioner and really support each other at this time.
Deacon David says within just a few hours of the shooting, hundreds of people showed up for a prayer service at the church. A fraternity brother of Representative Scalise is organizing a blood drive with help from the Knights of Columbus. Adrian Bruno says he has known Scalise for 25 years and set up a drive at his local KFC council. He's now hoping for a national effort.